It's important. You need to like tea. I mean, don't you agree, Carlos?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, see? Now, well, I'm going to tell you now, I'm not leaving her here. It's a bit... The stink in here is rotting. At the very least, I get a suspicion, especially because of Salvatore, this is just a depression against, anyone that was rude. I mean, you know how Salvatore is.
Yes, we need to get out of here. This is no place for any prisoners at the moment.
And of course, the Tempus sort of strikes. We are going to be talking to the lady. She's coming down. The guards hopefully ran off by now. I think we should, at the very least, get out of this room before things start smelling a bit stinky.
First,
I think it's too late
Tempus,
for that.
we have a visitor.
And it's worth actually noting that not even Thomas heard her approach. It's not heard until it is seen Lady Melkor peering through the doorway, glancing down the rows of cells. Go ahead, Gryph.
Tempus mid-banter. While this is still happening, he's still talking to his colleagues. Obviously, if Thomas hasn't heard it, and he's able to see it with peripheral vision as he's looking at Thomas, telling all of this, he doesn't know she's coming in.
Basically, Leon will look to you and kind of just give a stop it. Point, like in the general direction.
Oh, hello, milady. We were just talking about you.
Lady Melkor, it seems the security of the prison was compromised. Most of the participants of the trial are now dead. We managed to just barely solve Salvatore Crane.
The lady actually shows a facial expression, an arched eyebrow, as she looks around the cells. Well, I suppose of all the things, this was the least important of them. Narcilia then looks over towards the disgraced senator and says, at least he'll be able to do his penance that the people... And she sort of huffs. Honestly, I'm surprised that you found him worth saving. I can't say everyone would have done the same.
Yes, information we need.
We think.
We hope.
The fact that someone wanted everyone in here dead does lead me to believe that they have known something that we would like to know.
Well, you four have been in this room longer than I. Any indication as to what could have killed everyone in here without anyone... And then she pauses, and as noted before, you all can note the fact that you can barely hear the construction happening above you to the thick floor.
Blunt force ice magic. Probably individual spells per body.
I don't suppose Dwohurim Harsca has any change of heart regarding Ajax, has he?
It would be severely out of character for Dwohurim, but I distinctly doubt he's had a change of heart.
Then the only one I can think of, presuming it is still a player within this area, would be that insufferable twit Barrick.
Well, that would definitely be the next case. We could always go and investigate his property to see if he is there or any proof of where he can go.
He doesn't have any property. He has not lived in Foghaven proper, from my understanding, for some time. None of the common folk understand his incredibly important research.
Well, do you know when we can find him then?
I imagine you would find him along Rav, the Whispering Ravinger. You may have heard of him.
It's...
Yes.
old man, bloodshot eyes.
Barrick Whitmore.
What's he look like?
Well,
You said bloodshot eyes. Any other facts? Old man, perhaps?
Long
Yes.
beard.
He was old, long beard.
While Tempus is saying this, out the corner of his eye, he's looking for any proof of realization on Carlos.
Carlos is like slowly but vigorous, not slowly, like very slightly but energetically nodding.
As we go through the description.
And Tempus will just he'll make a sort of a brief word of sort of kettle, which means familiarity.
Carlos will nod.
Damn it, I'm all out of tea. Which, of course, translates to, bugger, I'll need to find him.
You do like the beverages.
I'm thirsty.
We'll have to get you something. Have a water skin for the meantime.
Oh, thank you.
Ursilia slowly rotates her gaze from Fargus on down the line to Tempus, and then looks at Carlos. A survivor.
One, I believe, has been wrongly accused. It seems that she was charged I imagine during Salvatore's by Salvatore's regime. Thus, I think she's been wrongly indoctrinated into this prison. Indoctrinated may be a bit of a strong word, but yes.
Not related to the case, just someone separate.
The withering gaze of Ursilia Melkor settles onto Carlos, who noticeably flinches and begins to backpedal into the cell. Well, then. I imagine today is your lucky day. Feel free to go. Ursilia looks back to you other four, clearly having dismissed the woman, though she remains sort of like huddled there by the wall. With this information, do you four still plan on staying in Foghaven?
Well, yes.
The Tempest immediately sort of pauses and sort of glares straight to Fargus.
I mean, not maybe directly in Foghaven, but certainly in the area.
The town, and Ursilia runs her tongue over her teeth, is short on funds, as with all of the trials, not just the trial, that have been facing it. However, in light of this, if you could by chance, this barrack or whatever, he's not as meaningful to me. It's Rav that I want. Bring me his head, and I will see to it that you are well rewarded for your work here. Not just in the spirit of having done something right, but in hard coin as well for your service.
Tempest immediately goes, deal!
Certainly.
Very well, Lady Melkor.
Just while this is going on, Tempest will pull out the paperwork that he accrued from the table. And he'll just get something out on it and scroll on one of the pieces of paperwork and walk up to Carlos and go, could you perhaps, here, this is for you, and could you give this to Black Kettle, aka Shade? On the note is, Ravinger will be dealt with on, and he gives the date by Tempest.
Alright, Carlos will slowly nod with that. She's sort of looking at you, but she very clearly has eyes for and is most certainly intimidated by Ursilia Melkor.
I don't blame her.
Lady Melkor, I would like to ask for one rather large request. Considering, well, the amount of failure the guard has managed to do in the last, well, months really, and considering that the current, well, head of the guard lies over there in a cell unconscious after having been accused of many things, I would like to request that for the duration of Foghaven's troubles, that I receive control of the guard.
Ursilia Melkor taps her chin. Control of the guard to an outsider. There isn't much of the Force. I've made it clear through sweeping changes already released this morning that a professional force is to be raised, including some mercenaries from Newport. The volunteer force has clearly not done well enough in safeguarding the town. I don't know how apt you would be, however, and I would certainly be shirking my responsibilities were I to give control of law enforcement to an outsider, particularly one who is suspect of things both positive and negative. The people might fear another occurrence similar to that which occurred through Salvatore Crane. You could be a bandit or outsider in disguise, planning deceit and betrayal, as Salvatore did. And while I may find you meritorious, ultimately I am a servant of all of the people here.
Maybe bringing the Ravenger's head would prove otherwise.
Yes, if you found the Whispering Ravenger and took his head, then the people would very clearly see that you four are the best for the survival of Foghaven, and I would have little difficulty in allowing you to lead the guard temporarily for your duration here in the town.
Thomas nods.
At the very least, I will consider it. Now, are there any more final requests?
This is obviously just a bit of method. Ursula hasn't told us where the Ravenger is.
No, but we know where he is, I think.
Yeah.
He did say you'd have to stay in the nearby area because, I mean, he has to go somewhere.
Yeah. And we.
He also said he would give us a contact sitting back at his old desecrated base.
Yeah.
When Dwohurim asked. He's told you many things, but you're also, like, how trusting are you of the Whispering Ravenger and anything he's told you?
10%.
That would be my metagame query to you as the players. Like, if you expect him to be like the Lord of Bandits who's been, like, plotting your downfall, perhaps. How much of the up and up do you think he's been?
I just think he will rig the place with several more traps and just, yeah.
Well, we're not planning to go into his main base, we're planning to go to a little cottage.
Yes, you could certainly travel to his, either the mansion hideout that infuriates sheep on some deep level because of its proximity to the water.
It's a defense feature.
Yes, you could also, and Ursilia Melkor would offer that you could take a look at Salvatore's house if you were attempting to find anything of merit. The house has been thoroughly ransacked by angry people as well as counselors who've been seeking to give Carmilla back her stolen money, but also by angry people who just wanted to take from the asshole who's taken from them for so many years. But you could possibly find something in Salvatore's home.
Okay, so just better. We have the option of trying to spend probably the next couple of days trying to find the Ravenger, or we try and find the property. Now, this is meta at the moment. I'm just speaking like
you wouldn't have to find Salvatore Crane's house. Like that'd be pretty clearly marked. Like Bjorny noted that on the a map that the player characters had.
Right. But we might discover something quite important there, and you've got Tempus who can actually do a bit of searching and be able to explain or find something secretive that might be hidden there between all the rubbish, a bit of sharp eyes. But we know several of us can do that.
Tempus, do you want to go loot his place?
Or we could always deal with the Ravenger now and try and get him dealt with.
Okay.
Yeah,
Metagame-wise, there's also the Basilisk that you wanted to look at, particularly while Manaki was gone. I know that you might very well wish to put that on the back burner, and you said, I think yesterday, at least some of you, that it might, end up taking a back seat to these current spots, and perhaps it has, but just that's still there if you draw complete blanks.
I think that at least Manaki's plan was to leave the Basilisk for after we kill Ajax.
Yes,
at least.
using Dwohurim's tragic, broken reasoning that you will have all of the freedom to kill the Basilisk and repair the relationship after you kill Ajax.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Which I, as the GM, tell you is pretty fucking flawed.
I know, I just wanted to put that out there.
Yes, and I, as a GM, will just give the GM advice there and say, that's flawed. Dwohurim's line of reasoning is problematic.
Like, there is a clear line of reading. He's like, well, we don't want it to look like we're like stabbing them in the back after we help them. On the other hand, we might have a hard time killing it once we've,
We're kind of stabbing in the back right now because we promised to kill the Basilisk and instead we kill him, so...
Okay, yes, like, it's hard to earn goodwill when you're in the shit, whereas when you already have the goodwill, you can do bad things. It's better to ask for forgiveness than seek permission, right?
Sometimes. Anyway, I think we should go and search his house while he remains unconscious, and hopefully we'll wake up in a couple of hours, and then we can question him, and then we can go to kill the Revenger.
That makes sense. We could go straight to his house.
Yes, the problem is, though, what do we actually do with Salvatore Crane?
Celia Melkor says that you can leave him.
Considering that...
we can't carry him around.
The alternative is that you're going to carry around someone who is barely stabilized after sustaining mortal injuries and has suffered extreme blood loss with you.
Also,
also
the town sees him. They'll probably witch hunt him.
Or we leave it with
I
Axilla.
would strongly suggest that you put more guards in here at all time.
There is no one to spare, Druid! Perhaps you should settle for not making demands when you do not belong here. Know your place!
No, I do not belong here. I am the one keeping the peace between the Druids and this town at this moment.
Oh, you are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that is
I told you this yesterday.
Yes, that is a rather lofty claim, and I believe you just as much today as I did then. Your arrogance is unbecoming of your position. Perhaps you should join those druids in the wild wood. See to it that you do not disturb me further with your impertinence. And she will stalk out.
Remember how I said Fargus should never talk? That's why.
Shut up.
I have a point.
No, you don't.
Every time it goes badly.
Every time? Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not every time. Look at Ajax, that didn't go bad.
Well, no, here's perspective. But, yes, okay, that is a good exception, though. Anyway, do we want to go loot the Salvatore's house?
Yes.
Tempus is like, yay!
Oh, and, you can untie your friend.
Tempest looks back and just sort of pulls the one piece, and it just sort of falls off. Actually, no, Tempest will probably look back and see it's already hanging off, or it's gone.
No, it's still
He'll
there.
just smile. Oh, okay. Tempest will take off.
Alright. You folks can leave. You can head back to the Foghaven map.
And of course, Tempest will give us a sort of a gentle nod to Carlos.
Yes. Alright. Dark is going away. It's time to kill his character, everyone. Oh. Might need to put Thomas back on the Foghaven map as he appears to have disappeared.
He appeared to disappear.
And a most tragic accident. There were no
cut
survivors.
my token, and then my token was already there, so
I know.
didn't have to do that.
Sorcery.
Magic.
It's like I thought I had. Son of a bitch.
Ah, damn it.
I know, another fucking, NPC spitting fire at Fargus.
Goddamn bitch.
You should say that louder so that she can hear you.
Nah.
Hey, Lady Melkor. bitch.
It's okay. She probably knows how you feel.
Probably, yes.
All right.
If you just look,
I mean, we're just gonna leave the only person with valuable information unguarded in jails.
You know, it's what we have to do. Also,
well,
I
you could. I mean,
think-
you've been left with him. You can do whatever the fuck you want with him.
I would rather carry him around actually, but considering
No.
how incompetent the guards are.
There really isn't much in the way of guards at all. The entire law enforcement has been completely disbanded, as it was a volunteer group raised by Salvatore Crane, who clearly colluded with him and the outlaws to attack the town. You say guards. What guards?
Her guards? I don't know.
Yes. But now here's this metagame. How comfortable are you leaving Salvatore Crane with any of the Melkor Estate guards?
Slightly more comfortable than leaving me alone.
You know, I'd feel more confident leaving him like that though than carrying him on our backs and then watching the town chase after us.
Yeah, I would rather just leave him in the rampant badger.
Leave the
Yeah,
criminal in the rampant
just
badger.
carry him
Yes.
in there, like in
Go down
broad
to the only
daylight.
secret room and tie him to the wall.
It's not a prison; it's a secret room. It's not the same thing.
It can work as the same thing.
I mean, there's a back entrance to the Rabbit Badger. It's not that far from the town hall, although you would have to travel across the central highway, because the Rabbit Badger is right there on the intersection.
We just wrap him in a sack or something and just carry him over there.
What type of carry is body-shaped sack you're carrying?
Eh.
it's a body-shaped pile of clothes.
Yeah, he's going to be buried. It's fine.
One of those Payday 2 body bags.
It's a rucksack. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a friend, and we're going to bury him. Don't disturb us.
So here's how I see it, or here's how Thomas sees it. I suppose Derek thinks he's dead.
Maybe.
If he keeps thinking he's dead, there's nobody coming back to kill him.
But if any witnesses come and say, "Oh yeah, I saw him survive." Wait, what?
Yeah. And there might be someone in the town hall loyal to the Ravager or whoever he's working for, and he just goes down there and kills him.
Now, if we carry him to the Rampant Badger, first of all, we're going to piss a lot of people off because we're taking him out of the prison to, like, an inn, which doesn't quite seem appropriate.
But
And also, we have no way to protect him better either.
we just wrap him in a bag. It's fine.
You could find like burlap suitable enough to fit the barely alive Salvatore Crane.
I will remind you of something here then. Once we go out on our mission, how is he going to be any better protected? Remember those gnolls somehow got into the top floor of the Rampant Badger?
We hide him in the secret room.
Bjorny's
I
still
guess-
injured. He won't be using it.
No one is gonna get in there.
Well,
He'll be safe.
well, Bjorny did know that he rents out the room to like people.
Well,
Well,
we
it's a very
tell Bjorny
well-known
not to rent
secret
out the room.
We'll rent the room out for the light.
Yeah.
I
We
get
rent
it.
the room out for a week or something.
It's a gold piece a minute.
We tell him not to.
Well,
With that kind
Thomas
of
is
secret
currently
revenue,
handling the Badger, right?
We can't.
He oversees the bartending during the afternoons and evenings, yes, but that would actually require you to be there in the afternoons and evenings.
Damn it.
Like, if you're overseeing the Rampant Badger, but you're not overseeing the Rampant Badger, there's a disconnect.
I just think he'll be safer there than in the town hall where that guy just walked in and killed everyone.
He's not going to be any safer anywhere.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, and the only way he's going to be safe is if we all stand around him. And if we carry, it's basically if someone is going for a huge operation and we decide to carry them where we go, they're not going to survive the journey.
Yeah, but
unless we
right
chug
now, everyone knows he's in the town hall. If we move him, nobody knows where he is.
Conspiracy
Including
Corner
us
has
if he
moved
gets
from
up.
the Rampant Badger to Foghaven Town Hall. I love it.
Once again, I'm going to remind you of the fact that, once again though, they're going to take some guesses where they are, and they're going to presume outsiders because outsiders.
Yeah, maybe.
It's going to be a logical place to look. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
They're already suspicious of us, so...
sure. Yeah.
Like, I'm just sitting here just like, these ideas are stupid.
Well, thank you.
Personally, I say we just sort of leave him there and we'll go and search. And we come back. If he's still there, great, 'cause we can interrogate him.
If we do all this quick enough before the rat...
It's worth noting that there's no guarantee on when exactly he might wake up. Like, he might not get up for, like, even, like, a day. Like, his injuries that he sustained, he's an NPC. No recoveries. He doesn't exactly heal. He doesn't get full heal-ups at the same rate that you folks do. And injuries like that are very lethal, the ones that he sustained. If it was not for magic directly, he would not be alive at all. Like how Bjorny, he's alive, but he's still incapacitated even like 2 days after because of the grievous injuries he sustained. Like, I'm not trying to stop you folks from interrogating him. You certainly can. It's just he's not going to be ready in a few hours.
Yeah.
If we carry him out of the prison now, without telling Melkor, then we are in trouble because we kind of want her support at this point. If we carry him out of the prison after asking Melkor, then, assuming that she isn't the good senator that she wants to be, which I still think she's somewhat fishy, then who knows, maybe she wanted all the people dead. If we carry him out of the prison into the Rampant Badger and someone sees us and suspects that the body-shaped bag we're carrying is in fact a body, and that said body is in fact Silver Crane, which is not a difficult assumption to make considering, well, he would have disappeared from the prison. They would easily find him in the Badger.
Yeah.
I don't
that's
think
true.
that the secret room is as secret as the name implies.
It's
If
more of
it's
a
rented
silent-
out to people. It's more of a silent room, yeah, I think.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, there's not really any option then, I guess.
So, assuming he dies, he better dies in the prison, because then we aren't at fault.
We can hide him under a rug in the prison.
Sure.
On my fucking tongue and laughter.
No one will find him
My
here.
jaw clamped down. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just leave him there then, I guess. So lock the gate, maybe. Lock the door.
And you know, yeah, we
But
know
it's a prison, of course we lock the door.
Yeah.
we're pretty sure we know what wizard did it, and assuming
Yeah.
he had the order to do the killings, you know, even if they find out information he survived, they get that information to him, and he needs to get there and back before we get there.
And I want to know
Unless-
metagame-wise, like, his same injuries, they're a two-way street. He's not going to be, like, fucking mobile for a day unless he is the best thespian and has eluded all of your capabilities of perceiving his injuries. Which would reveal much about it if you came back to find him and find him missing. So...
He's like, ah, my blood, it was strawberry juice.
That's why I thoroughly checked to see if it was his blood.
And Tempus, based on the injuries, would think that it was definitely his blood. Particularly given his condition, his paleness, the lack of color. Although, the lack of color could also be the cold, you know.
But, you know, he needs to get more sun.
You'll work right on that, in the jail. With dim light coming in from, like, basement windows.
Hey, we have to build up from very low levels, so that dim light works.
Okay. I'll trust you on this.
He's clearly an expert.
Yes, knows more than I do about this. So yes, the same injuries that prevent you from interrogating him in 4 hours are the same injuries that's going to prevent him from getting up and walking out in 4 hours.
We buy 4 health potions.
That, it's not gonna... I mean,
We drown him in health.
I mean, you're certainly welcome to, but I'll just tell you that that won't get him up any sooner because as an NPC, he really doesn't have any recoveries to spend. He's got nothing. He got the 1d8 healing, which was enough to stabilize him.
Yeah.
And as none of you are capable of, you know, healing in a way which unless no, Leon already used like his
Yeah, my cure wounds is already out for the day.
Yeah, so no, got nothing.
Which is why that question came from, basically, like, could I use heal? No, it would have to be cure wounds.
No.
Damn it.
It would have to be cure wounds. NPCs do not get their recovery. Not usually. Very special, and he's not special enough.